preparing for shows. I've got a couple. We both have a couple under our belt now. It's honestly, it's a lot less work than like preparing new material for like an open mic or like a spot around town.
Yeah, so
because
it's more refining the shit you kind of know.
Because I got offered this show like 3 weeks ago or something, and every time I go to like figure out the set list and kind of like switch and add and refine, it's all bits I've been doing for like 10, 15 weeks. You know what I mean? They're like hard. They're dug in. Excuse me.
Thought out bits.
They're thought out bits where it's like,
but they weren't like clean.
Yeah,
they weren't kind of messy.
Yeah, but like you're going back to something that at least has a skeleton, and then I was like, all right, I have a show in 4 weeks. That means that I have 4 weeks to like work on these like core ideas that like I know where they're going.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're getting ready for an open mic, you're like, this is the first time I've ever said this. I don't know if this is gonna work. Getting together my list for a show, I was like, okay, this works. I'm going to get a laugh here, here, here. This is like a little new, but I've workshopped it for 3 weeks, so like I kind of know the bones of it. It's very like I always, like before a show, I always go back to like thinking like the work's been done.
Yeah.
It's kind of out of your control at that point because there's nothing that you can do, I think, like in that moment when you go up on stage that like right then is going to, this is going to be the pop. It's like, no. It's 10 minutes,
as far as
15 minutes of stuff that you've already done. You're just saying it again.
Yeah.
So like the second they're like, ladies and gentlemen, Hayden Wyckoff, the work's already been done. The hard part's over. You're just doing it again.
Yeah. The only thing that could give you an extra pop, which you shouldn't deny this happening, is like in the moment crowd shit.
Yeah, but I mean that's you can't count on that.
No, you can't count on it. But when it happens. I anytime that kind of thing happens, and I've like jumped on it, it usually works out.
Yeah, and usually does if you're quick. But
yeah.
the least nervous I've ever been in like show business or whatever is like right before they're like, ladies and gentlemen, coming up, because like I'm looking at the notes and I'm like, I've done this a billion times. Like the work has already been done.
Yeah,
I'm the most like nervous. When I was like, I have this retarded thought. Let's see if this is a little funny, and go up, and then it's just like it's usually just silence, but it's like the seed for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, when you're sitting there waiting to go on at like a show that people paid to come see, it's like that's easy. That's the easiest part. The work's done. Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I think I'm the opposite.
Shows are the easiest because you've already put in the hours, you've already put in the work. All you're doing is just repeating it again.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's a hell good way to think about it.
I think so too.
Unfortunately, I don't think about it that way.
What do you think when you're sitting, about to go on stage at like a show, like you're booked?
A show, I'm usually pretty nervous.
Yeah?
Because it's like the big leagues. That's like what I've been training for. It's like, I've been training.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing 7 fucking shitty open mics a week for the past fucking 3 months to train for like the big fight, the big show.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could get knocked out at the big show.
Yeah, but you've been training.
I have been training, but still, it's like the show is where everyone's watching. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like at open mics, I don't give a shit at open mics. Like.
That's where you and I are completely opposite. I care the most at open mics.
Really?
Yes, because that's where like you're at your most vulnerable. You're presenting these ideas as like hey, this is what I think.
Yeah.
These are my thoughts. Do you guys think this is funny? Whereas at a show, you're presenting like, I've done this for like 6 months. I know this is funny, and now I'm gonna give it to you. There's nothing new about it.
No, there's nothing new about it. I think that's what scares me. I don't mind the new. I actually like the new.
Yeah.
And I think you would agree. Me at an open mic, me doing new material at an open mic, that's the most fun I've ever had on stage.
Dude, it's so fun. Especially when it kills you.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought this was stupid.
Yeah, because
I thought this was so dumb.
I'm fine with doing new shit. I wish I could only do new shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have fun up there. And then if it doesn't go well, I just acknowledge it and I go, I fucking sucked or whatever, But it's like the repeating the shit that annoys me.
You don't like doing a bit for longer than like a week.
No, I really don't.
Dude, you run through A-list material like a wood grinder.
I
dude.
write a lot of
wood,
it.
yeah, like a wood chipper.
Yeah.
You'll do like a A-list bit, like could be on a show bit for like a week, and and I'll be like, why aren't you doing that? You're like, I'm sick of it. No,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, it's old.
You run through
But
it, man.
it doesn't go in the trash. It just goes into the, I'm going to think about that later.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fucking good bits, I think, that are good. That they're not like, I've done them a few times, and I go, there's something there. I don't want to do it right now. I'm just not feeling it right now. I'll do it later when I think I need to fucking do it. And so with the new shit, I love doing new shit. And then there's a fun part about like trying new shit, and then like I really write it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then like do it as a bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like the fucking full bit like 2, maybe 3 times, and then I'm like, all right, that's kind of done. I'll put that away. But then like when a show comes, I'll bust it back out and do it. But once I feel like the bit is like there,
It goes on the shelf.
it kind of goes on the shelf, and then I'll revisit it at a different angle.
Dude,
I don't know.
half my act on Thursday is gonna be like shelf stuff from
Yeah.
like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But it gets a laugh. That's why another thing, we've shouted out this open mic before, Late Night Badger and Jam
Yes.
on Wednesday, Thursday nights. Those are my favorite places because like the community of people that are there understand that it's like, all right, I'm gonna take a big swing, and even if it bombs, they appreciate the fact that you swung for the fences, you know.
Yeah.
Even if you're like da 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 and it bombs, people crack up because like they know what you're doing.
And they know you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know you, and they're just like, what the fuck was that? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind doing the new shit. But also, I love having a well thought out bit.
Something you can lean on.
Yeah.
You know.
Something that's like a bit that's like 2 minutes long, and you're just
You're just like,
going down. You're just fucking going down this back road, dog.
Yeah.
You're like, don't worry, I'll get us there. Just
Yeah. Also, it's nice having a few bits in your back pocket that like no matter how bad things get, you're like, all right, this will pull me out.
Yep. That is neat.